marvelous videos, and I just think we should get right into it. I actually am not I haven't actually played through, I don't think I've finished any Devil May Cry games. I can't play the first two because the camera, the way the camera works makes me incredibly nauseous, and it's just not for me. But let's get right into it, boys.
Now, Dante from Devil May Cry.
I heard the new Devil May Cry show is actually kind of mid, though. I heard it was pretty trash. Almost everybody seems to be complaining about how bad it
Is undoubtedly a prolific warrior. Over the years, we've seen him fight every kind of demon and monster that DMC's Twisted Universe could throw at him, and he still comes out on top. But, well, lately...
Actually, I take that back. I think I beat DMC. I'm pretty sure I beat DMC. The reboot one, and I enjoyed that game. That one was actually pretty fun. It didn't make me nauseous. I can't do the Resident Evil locked camera angles for too long. It really depends how they do it. If it's like really tight and I'm walking down a hallway and it like flips on me really bad, it kind of will make me pretty nauseous, so I try to stay away from those type of games. And Devil May Cry has it really bad, and when I got to the boss fights, they made me so uncontrollably ill.
We've been wondering about what it is that makes him so damn powerful. Some of the first things we noticed were his iconic pistols, Ebony and Ivory, two guns that have appeared with Dante in every single one of his appearances. Thus, in this marvelous video, we'll be diving deep into the secrets behind these infamous firearms to see what makes them so suitable for hunting demons. But before we move ahead, please take a moment to hit the like and subscribe buttons. It might be just a small click for you, but to us, it means an awful lot. Now that that's out of the way, let's begin our violent journey.
One other thing I'm going to put in here just to slop more garbage onto your face. I played most of Devil May Cry 5, but the stupid emo, like poetry reading douchebag annoyed the shit out of me. Dear God, did he annoy me. It looks like, the poetry, I'm gonna milk my own nipples and spray them. Oh, get them, little panther demon. Oh, God, he annoyed me. I have a cane. Fuck off, dude. I fucking hated that guy. He was just so unnecessary to the game. I just did not enjoy any time he was on screen. And it was like, it's not like I hated him. I could have kept playing. Something else came out at the time, and I was way more interested in playing that than listening to some fucking, Three Doors Down fucking reject douchebag read poetry to me.
Came out to play.
Who created the Ebony and Ivory guns in Devil May Cry, and what are their origins? As we all know by now, Ebony and Ivory are the trademark pistols that everyone's favorite demon hunter, Dante, carries with him at all times. These personally customized, semi-automatic instruments of death are designed to overwhelm enemies with a rapid onslaught of bullets. Dante instills the bullets coming out of the barrels of these guns with his own demonic power, making them even more dangerous. The left-handed black gun is titled Ebony and has been specifically modified to allow for long-distance targeting and comfort. Meanwhile, the right-handed white gun, Ivory, takes care of the paid fire and has an incredibly fast draw time. These are definitely among the most recognizable of Dante's weapons, and for good reason. These classic guns were made for Dante by Nell Goldstein, Nico's grandmother, and are specifically designed for Dante. The only drawback of these guns is they don't do as much damage as the weapons later acquired by Dante, but these guns do help with a lot of combos in Devil May Cry. These weapons have been around for quite some time now, and it's pretty certain that they won't be...
they are pretty savage. Here's the thing, I want him to remake Devil May Cry 1 and not have the fucking shitty camera angles, because I was fucking vibing with the aesthetic of Devil May Cry 1 so hard, dude. I fucking wanted to get into that game so much, but like I gotta take like ginger and shit to play that fucking game, and that's just a nightmare for me. I would much rather, like much fucking rather them just remake the game and have it an over the shoulder camera angle, or like in the type of combat style of Devil May Cry 5. Just way better. I don't feel like I want to fucking carve my own frontal lobe out with a knife because I have such a migraine. Everything about it would be better, and I don't understand why. Like, here's the thing, dude. Capcom's out there like remaking every fucking Resident Evil, and they just got to the ones that people are kind of mid on. Why the fucking wouldn't you remake Devil May Cry 1? Like, just actually remake it and don't reboot it with some like fucking nonsense that pisses everybody off. Just remake the first game.
Going anywhere in the future either.
Because I also think the first game has a much different aesthetic than a lot of the later series. I think that it does have the combos and shit. It definitely does. But I think that it's more it feels less arena-y and more natural progression, like you're running into these monsters and shit. It feels less that I'm getting fucking shoved arena to arena to arena, and more like, oh, I fucking checked out this library, and these douchebag clowns with sickles want to just split my penis in half. So I want to take my split in half penis and just clap their fucking head together until it explodes. Like, I really liked how natural it felt.
What are Ebony and Ivory's abilities in combat? Though Ebony and Ivory have the greatest fire rate and mobility out of all the weapons in Dante's arsenal, they also do...
By the way, the anime already looks fucking shit because of the fact that his guns look so... He's carrying Berettas instead of his mean-ass looking 45s. Get the fuck out of here, dog. Those Berettas look fucking cringe.
The lowest damage. These are primarily designed to juggle enemies and perform extended...
I don't know if these are 1911s or what, but they look fucking sick. They look like 1911 meets fucking RoboCop's gun, had Jizz Falcons fly out of Satan's asshole and then land in Dante's hand, and then you look at the ones from the new anime and it's like, it's just a Beretta.
Combos with enemies that get out of range. These guns also tend to slow down the speed of Dante's descent, but when these guns are used in tandem with their juggling abilities...
Yeah, that's not a 1911 anymore. I'm actually kind of curious what these guns are.
...can allow a player to reposition themselves. In the first game, Ebony and Ivory are Dante's only ranged weapons at the start of the game. They basically have no moveset beyond simply firing, but when Dante acquires the living devil arm, Alistair, Ebony and Ivory gain the ability to fire shots that are charged with a certain demonic energy. Each of the bullets fired by these guns in the devil trigger mode will be charged with this special energy, and the player can manually charge the guns by holding on to the shoot button. The second method will only allow for a short period in which the weapon fires charged shots without the use of the DT.
They are M1 1911, so I was fucking right. I was fucking right to begin with, and then I second guessed myself, and whenever I second guess myself, I turn myself into a little bitch boy pussy 5000, so that's what happened. Dude, L's in the chat for King Jiffy Coats. What a fucking loser for going back on his own thought process. What a fucking little gay boy here. He's a little fucking retard. Oh no.
Gauge. Charged bullets have a variety of effects, such as increased damage, improved hit stun, knockdown, and impact effects. They also have the added advantage of offering a superior boost to the stylish rank over normal gunfire by removing the normal stale cap and enabling the player to hit stylish based on gunfire alone. In Devil May Cry 2, Ebony and Ivory lose the ability to be charged. This game also marks the first appearance of Twosome Time, in which Dante shoots Ivory in another direction if the enemy is nearby and Dante himself is correctly positioned. This is also where the developers introduced the concept of the rainstorm, where after jumping, Dante flips upside down and rains bullets on his enemies below. Aptly named, we must say. Later, in Devil May Cry 3, Ivory and Ebony are only capable of shooting on their own and are literally the only weapons that can be accessed during the free ride. Using Gunslinger allows Dante to unleash their full potential, making the shots more rapid and even activating the charged shots. These pistols can now be used to fire in two different directions, allowing the player some control over enemy positions. In DMC4, the guns work in the same way, and Rainstorm is even made easier to execute with the player only needing to hold the style button to execute this technique. What are the real-world inspirations for these guns, and what makes...
Bro, if I would have just fucking waited, bro. I learned about all the little things that he can point and like shoot and point and shoot. I do think, though, I like Ebony and Ivory, but whatever the guns Kilgrave uses are way more powerful. Obviously, the focus is about style and shit in this game, but it seems like the Gungrave guy's guns just fuck hard and so fast, bro. And the casket he has on his back, sick. I really like the Gungrave core. I know it's not the best game, and I played it through cloud gaming on easy, so I probably have the best or the fucking worst like critical opinion on it. I just knew that I walked through it this fucking anime John Wick power fantasy and was jizzing fucking ropes, my dude.
Ebony and Ivory different. Both Ivory and Ebony are inspired by M1911 style handguns and are said to use 45 ACP rounds. Though this might seem standard, there are a lot of features that make these guns different from any you might have seen before. For instance, both these pistols have been modified with pivot-style triggers as opposed to the 1911's usual straight-pull triggers. This modification bears a close resemblance to the Browning high-power pistols.
And that's where I had the second guess on myself, as I thought maybe it did a high-power thing, which... they kind of look pretty close. So I wouldn't have been like too off base. I think that was one of the things fucking me in the ass about them, is they kind of had that high power resemblance.
In addition to this,
especially when you look at the older games in the low poly settings, you don't see the angles and stuff as hardcore on the on like as I am right now. Like I'm looking at this and I'm like, that's a fucking 1911. But when it's all blurry and shit, I was like, yeah, it could be a high power.
the guns also feature unique custom sights. The Ebony possesses precision target sights, while the Ivory has been fitted with practical combat sights. Each of these powerful pistols is also equipped with muzzle compensators that reduce recoil and muzzle flip, while the extended barrels have also been ported to match. The slides of these guns have also been thickened and now resemble the Sig Sauer's M1911 models, which greatly enhances the weapon's durability and stability. They also sport mounted rails on the forward frames, anchoring the compensators.
Then look at this fucker. He's just got 2 fucking Berettas, like a loser. They fucked up the anime already. It's garbage. Don't watch it. Netflix can shove 80 fucking pine cones up their ass and spit out pine cone seeds for all I give a shit.
Also have their fair share of bling, as both Ivory and Ebony boast gold-plated functional components like hammers, triggers, safety switches, and magazine releases. Ebony has a hooked 2-handed trigger that asks for a more aggressive grip, while Ivory retains a far more classic design. The ergonomic wood grips on these guns are inlaid with portraits from the Victorian era, with Ebony showcasing a dark-haired woman, while Ivory has its blonde-haired counterpart. Another notable feature is the ejection port on the left, which accommodates left-handed users. Variations of these designs can be seen all throughout the Devil May Cry series. For example, in the original game, Ebony has an extended thumb safety switch and Sir Hammer, while Ivory has a ring hammer with standard safety. However, the later games would standardize both these features until DMC5 gave both guns a distinct hammer. In DMC3 and DMC5, Ivory's frame and slide are fully mirrored for left-handed operation, and each slide bears Ebony and Ivory, along with piano key designs on the inward-facing side. On the outer side, one can read the words "For Tony Redgrave" by 45 Art Works, which is a tribute from Goldstein, the gunsmith.
Right, I mean, this is a lot of information on this gun, dude. This is hella interesting. I love when people like go absolutely like deep into the weapons in games. There used to be I think it was IGN did it, or it could have been some other. You'll have to let me know in the comments. So there was one thing where they used to actually take like space guns or guns from games and try to find the closest counterpart to real weapons. And I thought that was really cool. I can't remember what that was called, but it was a really, really cool series that they had here on YouTube.
How do Ebony and Ivory perform in Devil May Cry 5? In DMC5, both Ebony and Ivory receive significant upgrades that increase both their power and rate of fire. The key to these enhancements is undoubtedly the automatic charging of the infamous charge shot while in gunslinger style. DMC5 also introduces gameplay mechanics to help differentiate between the two guns in gunslinger mode. Pressing down on the regular shoot button fires 3 rapid bursts of deadly firepower at the enemy, while
Hey, there is one critique I'm gonna have on this fucking thing is they have reused a fuckload of footage here, dude. It's like they went in, they put the game on for 2 seconds, got a couple good kills, and then they were like, oh, what, how much footage is that for the, well, do you think that'll be enough footage for the video? And they're like, how long is the video gonna be? Like 11 minutes. You have 2 minutes of footage here. That's fucking fine, just send it, that's good. We don't need more footage than that. We'll just... That's fucking fine.
Style button unleashes single high-power shots from Ebony that stagger enemies. When fully charged, Ivory's bullets are capable of making their way through multiple foes, while Ebony's rounds explode violently on impact, adding tactical depth. The twosome time mechanic can also be activated far quicker by alternating between the fire buttons of each gun and then repeatedly pressing on the second during this period. Dante shoots one gun forward while the player can then aim the second in 4 different directions using the movement stick. Honeycomb fire is also completely independent of twosome time and can be executed using back to forward input. The movie Rainstorm also sees
I'm pretty sure I own all of these games. So I think Devil May Cry 3 gets rid of the fucking like retarded ass cameras from Resident Evil. So I think 3 I might start with, and then play 4 and play 5 eventually on the channel. I think that would be really cool. It's something I'll do down the lines. I'm not like biting at the beat to play this game, but this is making me want to play the fucking game more, dude. It's getting me a little wet in the pantalones.
Complete overhaul in this interaction. This was previously just a vertical move, but now it gives players control over Dante's descent. The animation starts as Dante fires outwards, then brings both guns together to fire below him. How do Ebony and Ivory have so much ammunition? Now, after hearing...
Because what happens is Dante slaps him against his dick, and they absorb the power from his wiener that is emits the power of hell, and then it goes into the gun. He shoots the demons. I already know. I'm fucking a genius, bro. I'm really smart.
So much about these guns, it's only natural to ask how they have so much ammunition. We've never really seen Dante reload his guns in any form of media whatsoever, even though he was shown carrying ammo in the Devil May Cry animated series. Well, most fans believe that it's not necessary for Dante to carry ammunition as he summons the bullets into the magazines using his demonic energy. But then, if the man is capable of summoning matter, why does he limit himself to just bullets? I guess we'll have to wait for the creators to confirm this one. How are Ebony and Ivory
See, he didn't even know. He didn't know that it. Only thing he can summon is if it touches his dick. So, and because his dick is a sex pistol, it can form bullets into his gun. This is just fucking obvious logic that is applied to the Devil May Cry series.
Featured in other media. Since Ebony and Ivory have become so recognizable over the years, it was only a matter of time before they made appearances in other series. In Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne, Dante wields these guns for 3 special attacks: E&I, which delivers up to 4 light physical hits on one target, Twosome Time, which deals unavoidable moderate damage, and Showtime, which uses Rainstorm in a combo that inflicts heavy almighty damage to all foes. In Shin Megami Tensei DX2, they're featured in Dante's Rapid Shot passive, enhancing the base...
This is a series I've never looked into at all. I don't even know anything about Shin Megami Tensei. Not even a little bit.
Attack to a 5-hit physical common with high crit potential. The guns also appear in Beautiful Joe, where Dante uses them, especially for ranged attacks. In Sengoku Basara, Nojim is the one who wields a version of Ebony and Ivory as her 6th weapon. In Marvel vs. Capcom 3, Dante is endowed with several new and stylish gun-based moves, which include Ebony and Ivory. Then, in Teppen, Dante Ebony and Ivory Hero Art allows all the friendly units to trigger Resonate twice whenever an action card is played, emphasizing their supportive utility. The guns also appear in the DMC collaboration, Monster Hunter World, where players can perform a flashy shooting animation with these guns, mimicking Dante's style. What is the background and significance of Ebony and Ivory's design? Ebony and Ivory are said to be named after a song composed by Paul McCartney and Stevie Wonder.
Yeah, dude, that's a good song. Like, come on. You gotta be dumb to not know that the Ebony and Ivory song. That's a fucking fire. I think it's funny. He was just like, ooh, yeah, that's what we're naming the fucking guns now. Do it now. What does that have to do with Resident Evil? No, he needs to be cooler, and this song fucking slaps. You don't even know what it's saying. Do you speak English? No, I'm Japanese, but this song slaps clit. I'm telling you, dog. Make the guns that name. But how is that spooky? I don't fucking care about it being spooky anymore. We're going for cool. And then they were just giving them permission to not make Resident Evil 4 anymore and made Devil May Cry.
Which also serves as a direct reference to the black and white colors seen on a piano. What interesting trivia surrounds Ebony and Ivory? With such a rich history, it's not really surprising that Ebony and Ivory have a bunch of trivia scattered all across the DMC franchise. These guns are used by numerous people other than Dante over the years, like Virgil, who uses them against Arkham, stating that he'll try Dante's way for once. In the animated series, Lady is also shown using these undercover, while Sid uses them briefly against Dante. Patty also uses them under a spell, turning them on Dante of all people. He has also finished off numerous bosses using these guns, including Mundus, Arkham, and Ansktis.
That was a sick animation. They were like stacking the guns on top of each other, slappity, 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 and then they just killed the fucking guy in the face.
Ending of DMC4, we can see Dante reading a magazine that features these guns and even calls the weapons girls out of fondness in DMC. We're sure that these aren't the only interesting trivia bits about these guns, so let us know about anything we missed in the comments down below. Marvelous verdict! This video makes it evident that both Ivory and Ebony have a rich legacy. They aren't just guns, but literal embodiments of Dante's style, flair, and personality. Their detailed craftsmanship...
Which, from what I've seen in this video, whenever it shows the fucking lame-ass animated series, he has, like, these cringe-ass silver Berettas, and they don't look cool at all. They look negative. They have negative fucking, what is it called? Like, the face, like, fucking rectal tilt or whatever. They have negative rectum tilt, and they're cringe and retarded, and I don't like the way that they look in the Devil May Cry animated series on Netflix. I think that the show is ass, and they should have made them look all fucking big and juicy like that.
Unique customizations have made these guns a genuine symbol of the Devil May Cry series, but We want to know which one of Dante's weapons is your favorite. In the comments down below, and also don't forget to subscribe in order to stay up to date with all of our marvelous content. For now, but don't worry because we'll catch you with the next one pretty soon. Watching, stay safe out there, and have a marvelous day.
Hell yeah, dude. We got a lore dive on some DMC stuff. That is the first DMC lore we have got on the channel. You have to let me know if you want more. I don't know enough about the games. I've literally played like I've only finished DMC a long time ago. I haven't finished Devil May Cry 5. So, I mean, it's not really, I haven't done a lot of deep dives on Devil May Cry before, but I would be more than happy to do more on the channel. So you have to let me know in the comments if this is one you're interested in me doing more of. If not, fucking don't, I guess. And I won't ever do Devil May Cry again. Or I will, because I really don't give a shit. I just do whatever the fuck I want because it's my channel and I have the perfectly small penis that empowers my intellect to make the hard decisions that my audience can't make. But that's all I got for you guys today. Catch you later, and like, subscribe, I don't care.